Mic test 1 2. Can you hear me okay? Right. Welcome to a random Monster Hunter Rise stream on. We've been kindly given enough a code for the PlayStation version of the game, so I'm gonna play it on stream today. Starting again, just having a chat. Catching up with you guys. Maybe doing a little bit of a channel update at the same time, as well as answering any questions in regards to anyone who's jumping on to Monster Hunter Rise for the first time, whether they're Xbox, Gamepass, or PlayStation players. I want to say hey to everyone who's joined in so far. Carl, good to see you. Capcom, we are on PlayStation today. Like I said, I've already gone through Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch and the PC, and my Switch version has about 1,500 hours on. The PC version has about 300 to 500 hours on. So now we're starting again. and anyway, I said initially I wasn't going to cover it because pretty much all the games are the same. The only difference is the controller scheme layout and maybe some technical prowess behind under the HUD, so to speak. But the kind folks at Capcom actually gave me a code for the PlayStation version of the game, so here we are, using it as a way to. I mean, this would be so easy, so much easier if Capcom just implemented crossplay. But I don't want to harp on. I think most of us are, on the same boat that it would be better if crossplay was a thing, so we could all play together instead of having to have different systems and such. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, yeah, it's a long time. It's not as bad. I was gonna say, it's not as bad as my Monster Hunter World Iceborne save file. That's approaching 5,000 hours. I played a lot of Iceborne. I played probably a little bit too much. Mikey, how you doing as well as Eclipse as well? Like I said. Oh yeah, there is that. There is. I was gonna say one is if you're having problems with the Switch controllers, you can try to use. If you have a Pro controller, you can try to use that. It does help. In my personal experience, it does help a little bit. But you'll be surprised at what an increase in frames per FPS can do to the game. Hey, Elstad, how you doing? Yeah, I was going to say dad jokes. We're trying to bring out some dad jokes. Of course, YouTube doesn't have the channel points, so I don't know how we'll do that. But anyway, yes, I'll try not to spend too long on character creation. Right, I've been male in the past few games, so I'll go female this time. I try not to spend too long on character creation because normally I spend way too long on character creation. Normally you can get away with good character creation just by doing the hair and sort of like the basic kind of stuff around the character and come out with something quite unique. Actually, I'm fine with that. But anyway, how's everyone doing today? Did anyone? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. We're not using the full Twitch loadout. Oh god, can't speak today. I'm not using the full Twitch layout today, so we haven't got the VTuber cat active at the moment, and obviously we don't have the things like the background music and stuff. Whilst the background music and stuff can be muted out on Twitch, it can't unfortunately on YouTube. So that's a downer. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Okay, some blush. She already got some lipstick. Eyeshadow. Let's put a little bit less on. Okay. Okay, that'll do for now. One thing you will notice about Monster Hunter Rise is no matter how you put it, whilst the game is good, it won't look as good as sometimes Monster Hunter World does. Look, I don't even know if Nightbot is set up for my YouTube. Yeah, let's have a look. Any all right, Brit. Any tips for fastest progression through low rank? I would say try to. What did I do? When it came to low rank on PC on low rank, I tried to get through it as quickly as possible. Low rank obviously is unfortunately you can't really rely on multiplayer because it has the downside of it can only be single player, whilst high rank can have multiplayer. Multiplayer obviously makes everything go faster, but low rank, the village quests can't be done multiplayer. So I mean, I would say try to specialize in. Don't try to spread yourself too thin trying to learn multiple weapons. Try to just go through with one weapon, one that you know you're confident with, that you're good with. Also, when it comes to builds, don't worry about builds too much, but and if you do want to specialize in builds, just go with something that's focused on attack more than anything else. $13 it is. $13 it is. Anyway, oh god, I haven't even thought of a name. Christ, what's the female version of Darcblade? The game audio is a bit soft. I thought it might be. I was wondering. I can't wonder why it is a little bit softer than normal. Oh, it's something to do with the desktop audio. It wouldn't be a Darcblade stream though without some sort of issues with the audio. Not gonna lie. Let us do this. Is that better or worse? Oh, that's worse. Can't go that high then. No, I guess 20 is the maximum. Okay. No, I don't know why my desktop... I'm just going to do this, okay? Bear with me a sec. I'll do this, and then we do this. Okay, that should be better. Hopefully you can hear it now, right? Let me know if you do it. PS Blade. I could just do dark, I guess. Oh, I could go with one of my... Hang on. Alright, screw it. Let's just go with a favourite female of mine. Favourite female name, sorry. Any Silent Hill fans? Darkina. Oh, that would have been good. Oh, damn. Oh, no, now I got to worry about puppers. Okay, let's go German Shepherd. Okay, right. Right, I always use the same names for my main dog and Palico. So we got Guillermo and where's the Calico? There you go. And we got okay, right, sorry about that. Right. No data. Yes, we'll save it there. So we've got Guillermo, Harley, and Alessa. There we go. Well, Darkina would have been better, actually. The Palamute is one of your favourite. I forgot to set it in Japanese so you can hear the ara ara at the start.
Dear, looks like we've been caught in the act, Minoto.
Quite disappointing, Hinoa.
I really don't see how anyone could have noticed us.
It was a perfect display of stealth.
That's why we expect great things of you. You're always razor sharp.
Well then, I guess we still have a lot of training left to do.
What? You don't want us sneaking in? Oh, come on! This is Kimura! We're all practically family here.
Besides, Elder Fugen is looking for you.
So go get ready. Can't keep him waiting.
Dolo, so does that mean we have to... So you're telling me we have to start completely over again? Tempting. Tempting. Ilstad, that's... I have been actually wondering what I should use as the weapon... What I should use as my weapon of choice for this playthrough. I actually don't know which I should use. For the... You guys want me to start over? Okay, hang on then. Hang on. Okay, we'll quickly start over. It'll be fine. I'll quickly copy and paste the character. We'll change the name.
But first,
and we'll change it to Japanese so we can hear ara ara. I said I was going to alert, but here I am. Oh, you're not... Oh, well, it's too late now. We're starting over. Right. Let's quickly go as quickly as we can. Hairstyle, it was the same, but we hold up the skin, hairstyle, yeah, bang, 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 we go, yeah, that's right, white blondish, we can go silver. No, actually, I like that, it's sort of like a almost rose pink in a way. Makeup. Blush, and we did lips were already fine, we did these. Oh my god, I'm a Muppet! Back it up, back it up, back it up. Oh, hey Demon Child and Dragon Dad, how you both doing? I can't do the dual blades because I've already done the dual blades. I did, although they are very freaking tempting to use. The dual blades are one of my favourites. The dual blades are some of my favourites. Right, let's do that again, shall we? Right, quickly. Here we go, speed running this. Okay, you can't change the body type, can you? No, you can't change the body type. Right, what is it? Dark... Oh, it's not on PC, am I? Type it on the keyboard. What did you guys say it was? Darkina. Do I spell it with a K? Yeah, with a K is better, actually. Looks better. Hey, Gregory, thank you for the super chat. Oh, no, all right. I can't do do it the same way the girls can do it. So, I mean, I believe I can try. But I can't do the I believe the way the males say it is oya oya. It's like O-Y-O, O-Y-O. Right, Darkina it is. Right. I am actually blushing a little bit after that. Darkina it is. Right. Go with the German Shepherd. And Guillermo. And I spelled it wrong. Uh-oh. Yeah, and we got... Hardly a second. The door's just gone. Bear with me. Sorry about that. That was Amazon. Right. And finally, hi. Angel, how you doing? Oh, fast. Do I call out of work or not? To be honest, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, if it's a game you care about a lot, I would personally, and I've done it in the past before. Off work tomorrow, so what a call so you can play now. I mean, if you call now as well, I'm a bad influence. I am sorry. I'm a bad influence. Because if I would have called now and got extra days off. I mean, no, not extra days off, but make it feel like a long weekend. Oh, we can send super. Yes, I've got everything monetized on here as well. Thank you, Eclipse. Oh, hang on, we got to stand back for the epic bit again. Let's hit some tips for your trips. Bless you, Eclipse. Use the hardest weapon so people. Okay, I'll use the hardest weapon. Right, shh, everyone.
あらあら、気づかれてしまったわ、ミノト。
無念です。日の絵。
Oh, get in the vapors.
完璧に気配を消していたのに。
完璧な忍び足だったのに。
さすがはカムラの里でも指折りの強者。
まだまだ私たちは修行不足のようです。
え？勝手に入ってきちゃダメ？嫌ですわ。
Ah,
同
Derek, how
じ
you
里の
doing?
よしみ、家族のようなものじゃないですか。
そんなことより。
Dodo, say,
里長様をお呼び
so
です。
say we have a monster hunter iceborne. We can't start without. I personally, I don't get me wrong. I like Rise, and Sunbreak does make Rise better as well. But on the whole, I preferred my experience with World and Iceborne. But that being said, you know, every one of us is going to be potentially playing World and Iceborne and Rise and Sunbreak at different periods. You know, outside factors and influences, shall we say? Yeah, this is a new game entirely. No progress from Iceborne comes over to this game, Dodo. You are a new character. It's a new part of the Monster Hunter world universe. You know, the fifth fleet are probably on the other side of the globe to where this is happening. Definitely Eclipse. Both have their positives and negatives. Hey, Derek, how you doing? Oh, oh no, I got it the other way around. Okay, hang on a minute. There we go. Well, we had to turn it up for the ara bit. I can't do the husky kind of, I can't really do it.
Oh, Hinoe, Minoto, Gokuro. たった今、文が届いたぞ。
Great, I'll play tomorrow. I'm off, so
百竜夜行が起こるそうだ。
screw it, I'll play it tomorrow. I'm off. We're going to be responsible for today. Oh, bless you, Angel. My bad influence didn't influence you. Which is good.
一時も忘れたことはない。
Oh no, I'll keep it. I'll keep it in Japanese for now. You know, I've played the other two games through in English, so.
その大襲来、すなわち夜行。原因不明の災いに、カムラの里、存亡の。
Light, is this the?
近いうちに砦で遠征することになる。
Oh, that's a good question. Is this the same as in buffs and nerfs in regards to Sunbreak and pre-Sunbreak? I think. I don't know actually, because if that is the case, I mean, there are some weapons, like for example, I was considering using the lance. It's not a very popular weapon, but pre-Sunbreak, its damage numbers were a little bit lower. When Sunbreak came out, it became so much more enjoyable to use. Okay, Angel. I was going to say, I tip my hat for you doing the responsible thing. I will say that, even though my influence was I was trying to influence you to stay. But no, I hope you enjoyed the game when you get home tomorrow to play it. Oh, Derek, 12-hour shifts are not nice. Trust, I don't like 12-hour shifts. I'm going to be skipping through this because, you know, I don't want. If people want to experience the story, they can go through at their own pace, and I've already done this a few times already. Anyway, I will open the lobby eventually. Let's have a feel of this, shall we? Oh, how much is it in gigabytes on Xbox? Good question. Hang on a minute. Let me grab my little. Sorry, Capcom send over a little sort of like hack kind of thing. That gives you some information. I wonder if it's on there. It does not appear to be on here, unfortunately. I mean, on the Switch, it was about... Base Rise on the Switch was about 12 gigabytes. On the PC, it was a little bit more. So I assume it's going to be around that sort of mark as well. I would say anything between 10 and 20 gigabytes if I had to make a ballpark guess. I installed this overnight, so I kind of did the look to see how much it was on PlayStation. Any help with the VTuber? I just got started streaming with about a month ago. I do 2 or 4 hours of Spanish and English. The VTuber side of things and that I must confess I'm still a little bit new with. I didn't always used to stream with a VTuber model, and as you can see, I'm not streaming with one now at the moment. The main reason is because I don't want to. Is the VTuber is a little bit more even informal than we're doing right now, and this is pretty damn informal. And it's kind of like the Twitch brand, if you get what I mean. Alright, that's about wire bugs. This is the biggest difference between Rise and World, wire bugs. They allow you to go around the map, get out of danger, dash out of the way, recover if you get knocked on your butt. You can use them to dash off the floor almost instantly, but in doing so you become vulnerable again. So sometimes, so you get knocked on your ass and the monster is performing a multi-hit combo or multi-hit move, you'll go to wire bug off the floor and immediately get hit and get yourself downed. So that's probably one of the biggest kind of learning curves, and even after after a long time playing, you'll still occasionally end up doing that because it's kind of reaction. 26. Thank you, Arkham. It's 26 gigabytes on PlayStation. Well, 27 if you round it up. Thank you, Derek, for looking. Is that for the Xbox as well? 27 for Xbox. Okay. What do I think about the graphics on the PlayStation version? To be honest, at the moment they're on par with my PC version of the game. It feels a lot smoother than the Switch version. I will give it that. But then again, I think Switch runs at 30 frames per second. I believe PlayStation and Xbox are running at 60. And one of the things as well is that Monster Hunter Rise is not as graphically intensive game when compared to World and Iceborne, so it can get away at running at those higher frame rates on, I believe, even PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Did I make my own cat or buy it? Yeah, oh yeah, don't forget the lights, guys. They do help out. They do. They really do. I've been trying to what's the word? Get in the groove of the YouTube algorithm. You know, we're dancing the algorithm dance here, and I'm trying to do a video a day for a year. I am trying to do them at the same time every day, but I keep failing by about an hour. They're normally supposed to go live at 3 p.m. my time, but sometimes they go live at 4 p.m. Yeah, so. But anyway, Eclipse, going back to your question about the VTuber. The VTuber, I'm using I believe I hope it's a bloody royalty-free default cat thing, cat avatar. I am in the process of either trying to find someone to commission one, or try to find the time to make one myself. I do have experience when it comes to animation and Photoshop, so I should be able to use what is called the 2D cubism. I think it's called. It's what certain VTubers like the HoloLive, Niji Sanji, that kind of style of VTuber. It's not like a 3D model. It's more like 2D layers to give the illusion of like a 3D model, if that makes sense. And that's like I said, they can be quite expensive for an original one, and the rigging that goes behind it, the animation side of things. I mean, oh yeah, I gotta take a picture. And take picture. There we go. I was in the wrong position. Right, this is the game's gathering hub. Whoops. This is the game's gathering hub. It's a little bit smaller than Iceborne and Monster Hunter World, you'll notice. It is only 4 players as well, which is a little bit of downer, but I believe that was made because of limitations with the Switch. So, you know, if no more 16-player gathering hubs, which is a bit of a downer, especially from a streaming point of view. So yeah, that's a bit of a downer. But the other tips I can give you in regards to streaming in general on YouTube is to have have multi avenues of traffic, if that makes sense. Like for example, don't just focus on. Don't be exclusively Twitch, for example. Don't exclusively be YouTube. Try to spread it out a little bit. So, like for me, I have Twitter and Twitch on the side of the YouTube. YouTube, obviously, being the main entity and the main thing I do. But I also have Twitch to support it, and have a little bit of a less informal thing. And I have. I have Twitter on the side, but I don't really use it as much as I should. By the way, instead of a Poogie, you get an owl called a Kohoot this time. So we got Mr. Hoot Hoot. He's a hoot. Oh, by the way, yeah. I was going to say, if you're looking for folks to play with and that, we do have a Discord. It's been a little bit quiet of late, I'm not going to lie, but I think that's because Monster Hunter has only really kind of just, it's been in a little bit of a, I don't want to say limbo. Yeah, I miss the Poogie, Derek, I really do. It would be so nice to have the Poogie back. By the way, there's the there we go. Oh yes, I'll explain this one when we get into a quest, this mechanic. Right, okay, we should be free to do what we want. Right, the quests are divided into 2 categories. We've got village quests and hub quests. Village quests are purely low rank quests, and they are what I use to progress the main story. Well, the first half of the story anyway, of Monster Hunter Rise. They, and they're all done through talking to Hanoa here. Then you have the hub quests, which are a combination of both low and high rank quests, but they are also the multiplayer quests, and they are primarily they come into play more. They become more important towards the end of the story, the sort of like second half. So that's how the sort of like stuff is divided initially. Next up, we have the Mailman, Senri, the Mailman. Cory Palico, found in the centre of Komura Village or Elgato. Talking to them is where you go to set up online lobbies. You also talk to them if you want to. This is where you manage your friends list. Likes, yada yada yada. This is where you get your add-on content. This is where you claim your event quests as well. When the event quests come out, which... Okay, they've given us all the event quests from the start. Wowza. Oh, okay, okay, here's another quick tip. If I know someone was asking a quick way to get through the game quickly, use the Guild Cross armor. The Guild Crossed armor is like the is it the Defender armor set from Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter World, where it's basically a buffed up armor set that you can use to carry. It basically carries you through the game, which is, I would say, isn't the best. I mean, it's good if you're struggling or if you want to catch up quickly, but it does take away a little bit of the fun and learning, in my opinion. Okay, we got all these gift packs which give us items. We got downloadable palicos and palimutes from the developers and the community. We've got talisman. We've got all these event quests. Wow. Wow.
あら、こんにちは。特別なクエストが追加されましたよ。では、ご覧ください。
Right. So, these are like, excuse me, your little sort of like side quest bounties you can pick up. You know, they're completed when you can. Hand them in, pick up new ones all the time. They're not. They just give you a little bonus reward. They're nothing that's super duper special. Oh, I was gonna say. I mean,
遊びに来てください。
I hope that's not just for me, because if the event quests come out at a reduced pace, that would be a bit rubbish for anyone picking them up now. But yeah, you know, if I was going to say, if someone wants to check and see if they can get all those event quests from the Courier Palico, that would be good to see if we could confirm that or not. Guild Cross laid armor. Oh, okay. I must be thinking of a different armor set. The Guild Cross armor. No, the Guild Cross armor set, yeah, is still really good because it gives you tons of defense. So I mean, this will really help you get through low rank if you want to pick up the pace. Now I got to decide on the weapon. I'm not going to go with the bowguns. The bowguns I am going to not go with because of the fact that I don't have any ammo. Bow, I play too much. I'm torn between Lance and Hunting Horn. What do you guys think? I know. Okay, we'll type in chat. 1 for Lance, 2 for Hunting Horn, and we'll check back in a second. Ruthless, you tried all night to play this with the boys, but only got failed to join quest. Anyone else having these issues? Right now, can't play with everyone. Ooh, that's an issue. Oh god, I hope that's that. I mean, I've only just turned it on. Hey, cheers, Dolo. Hopefully, you'll be able to find some people to play there. So far, we've got 1 for Lance. Chad Darcblade. You're gonna make me blush again, like you did me the Aras. I mean, the Lance isn't. I mean, every weapon can be good, and then Dragon Dad has to come in with the Hunting Horn. So we're Hunting Horn. Oh, Lance. That's 3 to 2. I'll give it another minute to see what. So far it's the Lance. I mean, every weapon can do everything. You know, I wouldn't say that any weapon is. You shouldn't be discouraged or sort of, I don't want to say bullied, but you shouldn't be. You know, oh, you're using the bow. Oh, that's an awful weapon to use in Monster Hunter Rise. You know, oh, you can't use the bow. Every weapon can do everything in the game. Yes, some I won't deny that. Okay, that's 3 to 3. Every weapon, I will say that some weapons are definitely faster at doing things than others when it comes to sort of like damage output, but there is a trade-off. normally. Like, for example, I always use the bow as an example, but it's the weapon I've used the most in the game, across all versions of it, where the bow is one of the fastest weapons at taking down monsters and dealing damage. But on the whole, if you take a hit with the bow, you're going to feel it a lot more than if you're using some of the other weapons. Free switch hacks. Hey, Dragon, you already voted for the hunting horn. Insect blade was the hardest to use. It took a little while to use the insect glaive, and the insect glaive I think is better in Sunbreak, where it becomes, you can have two distinct. Everyone's starting to vote for switch axe. I mean, the switch axe is fine. The switch axe is made so much better in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, though. Okay. We'll do this. Seeing as we're at early game, we'll switch between the weapons. We'll do hunting horn, lance, and switch axe, and switch between them and see how we go, depending on what monster we're going up against. Anyway, back to basics, which is, basic quest. Right, instead of normal food, we get dangos. So I hope you got oh god, which one should I have? Look, we get dangos instead of stew and steak and stuff. I hope you like them. To be honest, I've never had dango in real life, so I can't comment if it's actually better than a steak. Eclipse, you love the song. See, I know some people who absolutely really dislike the song. I want the hammer in the rotation as well. Okay, welcome to the first area, the Shrine Ruins, basically the ancient forest. It's not really the ancient forest, but you know what I mean. This is basically giving you a basics of all the, all the Monster Hunter essentials. This is really for, absolutely the newest of players. So you got your item box, you got your tent, map, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Don't forget, if you're playing in multiplayer, not to take all the items, as it's rude. Gathering tutorial. Remember to pick up everything you can. Remember to pick everything that's not nailed down. Also, a reminder that if you're using palamutes, the canines, the dogs that follow you around, they will actually be able to hold some items for you, so you can pick up a little bit more than you could in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, which is actually really useful and handy. A good quality of life change. Let's talk about wire bugs. These bodacious bugs are a must in any hunt. Use them right and you'll be able to zip around to pretty much anywhere you want to go, even on top of this boulder. Give it a shot. But yeah, the wire bugs are little. You can see the wire bugs at the bottom of your screen underneath my feet. You can have up to 3 of them, because you can find additional ones scattered around the map here, and you can hold on to additional ones for a short time period. They will eventually go away, of course, but you can hold up to 3, and you can chain them together and start doing sort of like Spider-Man stuff. You can hold yourself in the air with them, and of course you can perform wire bug attacks with your weapons, depending on what weapon you're using. That will take some practice, obviously, depending on what weapon you're using, to actually learn all the nuances behind the Y-bug moves. You can also run up walls. You can either Y-bug onto the wall or into the wall, and then just hold R1 or RB, I think it would be on Xbox, right bumper, and just run up the wall. Which to be honest, it feels a little bit floaty, but is one of the personal changes that I do like when compared to Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm rambling here, guys, and that I'm just trying to use this as a way to help maybe someone who's picking up the game for the first time, or hey, no worries, Carl. Cheers for dropping by and assisting with the audio and stuff. You enjoy the rest of your day. But yeah, I'm just trying to make this as informative as possible to anyone who's maybe watching it back later or something like that. Hey, look at that, you're a natural. Now let's talk buddies. I brought my Palamute and Palico. Flash and Rumble. When it comes to your buddies, Palicos obviously work like they normally do. They're very useful. They have a lot of utility. They can be. You can have multiple Palicos as well. You're not restricted to one Palico. The Palico, you can bring 2 Palicos if you want to, or 2 Palamutes. 2 cats or 2 dogs. You can mix and match. You can also recruit more Palicos and more Palamutes back at the town, which can help you with certain things like off-field expeditions, which you can send them off on and stuff. The Palicos are also divided into different sort of like classes, like healer, bombardier, trapper, so on and so forth. They have a lot more utility than the Palamutes. But the thing about the Palamutes is they excel when it comes to traversal and stuff. They are pretty much a raider ride on steroids, because they allow you to traverse so fast and everything. And on top of that, they also do have decent damage output. Maybe not quite as good as some of the Palicos, but they can still hit hard. So, it's kind of, you pick what you most desire in your party. Obviously, sometimes it's not always the best to get to a monster super quickly by using a Palamute, because you want to worry about what's in front of me. These things, you'll see them scattered across the map. These are called spirit birds or spirit birds. They are basically buffs to your stats, unlike with Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, where you could get all of your health maxed out straight away by eating the right food or taking an ancient potion or something like that. In this game, you have to collect these in order to get the stats, get all of your maximum stats, which is a little bit of a knock against Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak, in my opinion, because it takes time. I mean, you can go into a hunt and go for the monster straight away, but you'll have like reduced health. Like you can see at the moment, my health bar and stamina bar. Okay, actually, let's get this up a second. Yeah, my health and stamina bar, they're not full because I haven't collected the spirit birds to actually max it out. See, that yellow one there represents the stamina, so my stamina will go up a chunk once I get it. So it's a little bit of a knock against the game. But normally you can find quite productive routes on your way to a monster, so you can collect a decent amount of spirit birds. Maybe not all of them, maybe not to get fully maxed out, but enough to give you a little bit of advantage in a hunt. Mind you, speedrunners sometimes don't even bother with the spirit birds and just go into it, and they do just fine. Derek, and I think all they got the welcome packs from the mailman, the courier Palico, and I think the event quests should be there as well for everyone else as well. Oh, excellent. I was worried about that. Oh god, he's just giving the tutorial about the spirit birds I just did. Check out this yellow spirit bird. You touch it, its pollens will enhance the good luck charm you're wearing, your old petalace. The petalace is the thing that kind of, it's a new part of your equipment. There's only a very select few in the game. Even in Sunbreak, there's hardly any. And they give you sort of like slight stat increases, like wearing one petalace will give you more health than the others, wearing another will give you more stamina, wearing another will give you more attack, yada yada yada. Dolo, I'm on PlayStation 5, which technically means I can play with PlayStation 4 players as well. I was kindly provided a copy of the game via Capcom, so, you know, shout out to them. They must have they must see something in my videos, whether they're helpful or not. So, you know, I'm kind of, you know, thankful for that. So bless them in that sense. Another thing Monster Hunter Rise does is it has a bigger emphasis on endemic life. In Monster Hunter World, there wasn't... Endemic life was there, of course, you know, good old Yellow Boy and stuff. But in this, in Rise, there's a bigger emphasis on it. There is more use for them, and there's probably a little bit too many to go through. But you can learn about them in your Hunter manual. Like, for example, that thing he was pointing out here. It's basically like hard shell powder. You whack it and you get pretty much the same effects as a hard shell powder. This is a flash pod. These here give you the same effects as maybe a dash juice for a short period of time. You saw me pick up a few other endemic. You can pick up endemic life, put it that way. Certain endemic life can be picked up. Like in the bottom right, you can see that I've got a snow beetle, which puts a slow and debuff on enemies. Blast toad, which is the same as the red boys in Monster Hunter World, where you place it on the ground and it creates a blast explosion. And a snail that puts out a healing. It's a bit like the what was the healing move that the healer Palico did in Monster Hunter World? God, I forgot what it's called. You know, you would put it down, and it gives off healing in an AoE for a short duration of time. Anyway. Right. Yada yada yada. Oh, bless you, Derek, for saying that. Oh, I don't like to gossip too much about other Monster Hunter content creators and that. But didn't someone told me that Arix is retiring or giving up or something like that? I think someone told me he was stopping Monster Hunter. Is it healthy? Thank you guys. The reason is I don't use it. I use the Meowlatov cocktail all the time in Monster Hunter World. And it's been so long since I've played World. I really need to go back to it, to be honest. I might be doing a collaboration stream over on Twitch with another VTuber who has not played Monster Hunter World at all. Oh, he is. Oh, that's a shame. Well, unfortunately, sometimes life takes turns. Gothemon, how you doing? Yeah, Arix did say he was retiring, but he's keeping the brand alive, and they will keep on going doing the content. Yeah, because I know Arix eventually he was successful enough that it became more than him. It became like a bit like almost like Team Darkside in a way, where Arix became a team of people rather than just him. So you know they can keep his brand going if he's retiring. Eclipse. Okay, that made me giggle. Okay. Alright, yeah, you do have a fast travel as well, you know. Farcaster returns as well. Like an empire. That's to be honest in that, I mean, most of the bigger YouTubers, you know, they all have teams. Okay, that was the basics quest. I mean, everyone, you know, nice and simple. Now it's the quick scramble to try to loot as anything that's not nailed down in the time you have before the quest ends. Oh no, I forgot this game's got trophies. I'm a little bit addicted to trophies. More than achievements that you get on Steam and stuff. Oh no, am I going to have to platinum this? Jesus Christ, you got all the text for me. Right, anyway, so we got village quests. Let's get going on some of these, shall we? Oh god, it's easy stuff. You'll notice that when it comes to quests, you have key quests. Key quests are indicated by the red icons to the left of them. These key quests, you need to complete a certain amount of these. You don't have to, it can be any one of them, any order of them. You don't have to do all of them, for example. But completing this will unlock the next set of level hunts. And that's how you kind of progress. Oh, did Anne get married? Hey, good for him. Well, after I wish him the best. Right, now we're playing catch up a little bit. Okay, so we get your base. You know, these quests are, you know, very simple. You know, it is what it is. He did a whole production and live streamed it. Oh wow! I actually genuinely didn't know that. Then again, I must confess I have been. I don't want to say a little bit out of it. But I've been kind of hanging around a different community at the moment. You know, like I said, I'm getting into that whole VTuber side of things. So I have been a little bit out of touch with keeping up with Monster Hunter Friends and stuff. Yeah, these are all tutorial quests. You know, they won't give you a challenge. You know, it's just learning the ropes. But I will say try to loot as much as you can during this time period. By the way, for any Hunting Horn player who's coming over from World, you will feel a difference with the Hunting Horn. The Hunting Horn, some people can't stand how the Hunting Horn is in Rise coming from World. For me personally, I'm the opposite. I kind of prefer it in Rise to World. The reasons being is it's... For me, I find it easier to use. I find it's a little bit more flashy. It has more DPS potential. But at the same time, I think the core fundamentals of the combos change. Like with the Hunting Horn now, your kind of bread and butter is to play one of each note. So red, blue, green. And then you go into this move called the Magnificent Trio, which is done by RT and Y, or R2 and triangle, which spins you around like this. And it gives you all of your songs at once. rather than just playing one song at a time. I mean, you can still play one song at a time if you wanted to, but most of the time it's a case of just going into the Magnificent Trio, even though Magnificent Trio isn't necessarily the most efficient when it comes to sharpness and such. Yes, definitely Eclipse. It's a lot easier to get songs in. It's Cartamon. Yes, yeah, definitely. I'm in the same boat. I know some people don't feel the same way as me, but I kind of prefer it. I mean, yeah, like you can still play the songs. Like for example, you just do, you know, circle circle. It will play the red song. Your attack up, or you do blue blue, and it will play the defense up. You know, you can do, you know, all your normal sort of like stuff. And for those who are wondering where the spin attack is, the spin attack is still in the game, but you'll see next to my notes up in the top left, next to the sharpness gauge, to the right of the sharpness gauge, there is a circle, a hunting horn indicator with a circle around it. When this fills up, then you'll be able to perform the spin attack. I gotta go find some Jagras. Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong as well. The hunting horn, you know, it's still good in World and whatnot. I wouldn't call it a bad weapon at all. But I just like it in Rise. I mean, put it this way: when Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak were doing, oh, they're dead. I don't get to show you. When Monster Hunter World and when Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak came out, they came out with demos, and the demos featured almost, I wouldn't say, they featured, Monster Hunter Rise demo featured a Magna Marlow, the flagship, who was basically a souped up version of the monster, and it was incredibly difficult to do the monster at all. Not going to mince words. It was really difficult to do. You had only like 10 minutes to do it, and it was rough. It was rough. So obviously one of my challenges was to try to do it, and the only weapon I did it with was the hunting horn. The reason being, I mean, I tried the bow, but every single time I tried the bow, I would get one shot. Going back to what I said about the bow having reduced survivability. Yeah, Derek. Yeah, give it. I would say give it a go. Give it a go. You might actually really find that you enjoy the hunting horn in Rise when compared to World. And yeah, like Derek, like Eclipse says as well, you can also try out all the weapons in the training area, which we haven't gone to yet. Probably because I'm fiddling around with this. What are there more of? Mushrooms or... Let's just go for the mushrooms. Oh, Derek. Oh, that's good to know. I mean, Rise is... it does have a steady fan base, I would say. Like for example, this is going off of Twitch numbers, obviously, not YouTube necessarily, but on Twitch, there's always a steady stream of people who watch Rise content. Wow, okay, I'm going to say this. The loading times are fast. I can't put it any better. The loading times are damn fast. Right, anyway, mushrooms. This is just a collection quest, so I haven't bothered changing my weapon or anything. And it's just low rank armor, so we don't have to worry about that. This is another endemic life that you can use on yourself to give you body odor, or whatever you want to call it, and in doing so the monster will chase you. You know, it's like wearing the is it the what's the mantle called? The provoker mantle, or having the provoker skill in Monster Hunter World. Agreed, the loading time has played at lunchtime for 30 minutes. I was absolutely shocked how fast the load times are. Yeah, oof. I'm quite impressed with the load times. Challenger mantle, there we go, thank you. The word escaped me. Basically every surface can be climbed like this, so keep that in mind. There is a lot of verticality in Rise. But the thing is, you'll find that even though there is a lot of verticality, you'll notice that the monsters, they kind of stick to the kind of flat arena kind of areas, rather than actually fighting you in quirky locations, shall we say? Yeah, some people absolutely love the verticality. I'm fine with it. It's I think some maps go a little bit overboard with it, but for the most part, it's a fine addition. Oh, that was quick. I don't know, I think they normally, with that endemic life, the skunk, I think they have to actually notice you first, or you have to, I don't think it will, they'll notice you if you're like hiding in the mountains or something like that. Right, okay, so we have all of these quests done, so it should unlock the first, I want to say, real quest. So we got the first real quest, Great Izuchi. By the way, that also reminds me, I just had another tip as well, if anyone, if you want to get through low rank quickly, is to craft, oh, it's not available yet. There's the defender weaponry. Actually, I should as well consider dropping off some stuff. Right, technically this is the first real hunt. We'll change weapons after this. Any difference from the PC version? Nokia, to be honest, not really. It feels on par with the PC version, at least how I'm running it on the PC version, which I'm running it low to medium. it could potentially be even better than the low to medium settings. I mean, my with the PC version, I tried to stabilize frames per second over anything else. But no, I haven't really noticed too many differences at all. Autoplay, but working. Oh, sorry, Eclipse. Well, I mean, in some respects, you know, I'm streaming at a little bit of an unusual time. Like this today's stream is instead of a pre-made video. So you know, and because I'm doing low rank quests at the moment, you know, don't feel bad. It's not like I'm because these village low rank quests can't be done in multiplayer. It's you know, we're killing two birds. We're being efficient, because it means that when we start, because on Monday I'll probably be doing a gathering hub, a proper Monster Hunter stream on PlayStation on Monday, and then we'll go back on midweek Monster Hunter we'll go back to PC, because I do want to catch it on PC. I'm playing catch up. The Switch version of the game, I've done everything the game has to offer, at least until the next title update. On the PC version, I've almost caught up to that position, and I would like to. And now we got the PlayStation version to play through. Right. Anyway, Great Izuchi. This is, you know, your kind of great Jagrass of the Monster Hunter Rise retinue, bestiary, or whatever you want to call it. It's basically it whacks you with your tail. That's its whole shtick, as well as using monsters to back its little monsters to back it up. It also has a projectile attack that it can spit at you. It does in Master Rank have a attack where it can go onto the wall, but oh. I forgot I got that move. There's the water attack. This move here, as well as lunging you forward and hitting a monster and providing you the self-improvement buff, it also allows you to power through monsters' attacks so you don't get the damage reaction like you're wearing a Rocksteady mantle. So it's actually very useful. If a monster's being overly aggressive, you can just use that on it, and let's see if we can do this. Yeah, see? It shrugs off. You don't shrug off the damage, but you shrug off the attack. The other Silkbind move by default is that thing, the stab you see me doing sometimes with the hunting, which if you hit, it takes two wirebugs. Different wirebug Silkbind moves, they require different amounts of wirebugs to actually perform. Like that one where you charge forward only needs one wirebug to perform. Whilst the this other one, which I'm about to do, this one requires two. But if you hit, it does one, it deals massive damage. Two, it allows you to armor through attacks as well. But it costs two wirebugs to do. Anyway, this is the other aspect of Monster Hunter Rise, Wyvern riding, where it's basically live action Monster Hunter stories. where you get to control a monster. You have a time limit, which is ticking down to the left of that bar in the center at the bottom center of the screen. When that is done, then the monster will wrestle free. But during this time, you can use the monster to attack other monsters and perform attacks which cost wire bugs, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. And you can use them to basically fight one another. And if you don't want to fight them, you can also use a pseudo flinch shot move that you would find in Iceborne to send them into the walls and such. By the way, I'll show you what these do. These little raccoon boys, you can whack them and then send them into other monsters. And they explode. If I can hit them. Jesus Christ. There we go. There we go. The raccoons, yeah, no, I love the raccoons. I love the raccoons. Kart, you love the... Yeah, I was going to say actually, I'm actually quite relieved you guys got me to start again and play it in Japanese. Not only because we got to hear the ara ara, but we also... I've not experienced the introductions in Japanese, and they are vastly different. The introductions in English are fine, but they're almost like a song in Japanese. I may be getting some cultural differences here, but incorrect here and that. But in Japanese, yeah, they might actually be better. Is it kabuki? No, what's the Japanese theatre thing? It's almost like something you would see on stage with that. Whereas in English, it's more like a little bit of a poem. Maybe I don't want to say haiku, but. Anyway, we'll switch over to the next weapon. So, Lance was the other one, and then Switch Axe. I mean, I could try to do a hunt with each weapon today and see how we go. You have to remember as well, as you go through the game, even though I was talking about Silkbind attacks there, the Silkbind, you will get more to choose from. You will get more added to your arsenal, so keep that in mind. Let's do Great Baggy. No, Great Baggy. This dude gives you new equipment for your Palamute, so I would advise doing his quests if you can. This is the merchant, the shop where you get all your good stuff, and every now and again they'll have a sale on, as well as a lottery. The lottery at one point was used to... You could use amiibos on the lottery and get free spins and stuff, but it's just a way to get some extra loot. You can tell when the lottery is going on by the music or by the Palico outside dancing around with the tambourine thing. Okie dokie. Let us... go with the lance. Yeah, if you go here and go to manage... oh no, you won't have access to the changing the Silkbind moves until a later level. I believe I have a video elsewhere on the channel if you want more information on the different type of Silkbind attacks available to each of the weapons out there. I don't think I ever did a weapon that actually, a video that actually told you what each one did, but I don't know if I did that or not. I don't think I did. Yeah, you don't have it at the moment. Kabuki. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Kart. Thank you, Kart. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Kabuki. Obsidian, yes, correct. Yes, pretty much. Except the controls are pretty much the same, except for the wire bug mechanic. I don't think, if you're coming over from the other games, I don't think you're going to be in for that difficult a time. Yeah, I was going to say Eclipse. That's a good way of putting it. Japanese sort of like opera kind of esque is a good way of describing that. Anyway, what we got? We got Anchor Rage, and we have the I forgot what it's called. That freaking. Anyway, okay. I was just reminding myself of what the default silk binding moves were for the lance. Right, that's not the one we're after. Funny thing is, I'm in a little bit of a Sunbreak kind of mentality, in that I'm going the route I would normally do to pick up certain aspects and certain endemic life that is only available in Sunbreak. So I have to remember not to do that. The Palamutes are one of the biggest pros for this game. I mean, the fact that it's a raider ride on steroids, you get to freely control it and everything is fantastic. And not only that, it helps you in fights. It's great. Right, so Great Baggy. It's basically like the last monster we fought, except it doesn't really rely on tail attacks. It instead uses sleep. So this move, you put a wire in the monster's head, or well, body, and then afterwards you can remove the buttons. Good start, Dark. I don't really use this move, that's why I'm not doing it. But yeah, afterwards you would hold down the wire bug move and press X, and you automatically jump to where the monster is. It's a way to help you keep up with the monster with the lance. So you don't always have to sheathe your weapon. So, you know. And then you can attack as well off of it. But I don't really use it that much, I don't find it that helpful. The other move, though, is helpful, which is pretty much like a little bit like it's a counter attack, basically. So, come on over here, big boy. And in doing so, obviously you counter attack, but your lance is now red, orange, or yellow, depending on the timing of your counter attack. And you'll get a damage increase. Little help, guys. Harley. Demo? Thank you. Hey, Geekscape, how are you doing? Yes, I'm Dark Ina. I'm playing in Japanese. Chat made me start again. How are you doing, Geekscape? Yeah, they gave me a. Capcom were kind enough to give me a code for the PlayStation version of the game. Wow, that's a lot of your little minions here. The lance. Oh, god damn it. You'll see there, I got knocked over and I instantly wirebugged to get back up. That's the kind of main. It's a positive and a negative. See, the lance is red this time. This means I counter-attacked it at the right moment, which gave me maximum damage bonus. But with the lance, there is a switch skill that it's basically called insta block. It allows you to block at the last moment and perform a follow-up attack that hits very hard, but it doesn't cost any wirebugs to perform. Wow, there's some haptic feedback on the not haptic feedback. Is it haptic feedback? What's the thing on PlayStation where it gives you resistance when you pull a trigger? Kingdom for flinch free and stuff. And evade extender. So, there we go, that's the lance. Force feedback, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was getting some force feedback then when holding up the shield and stuff and blocking. It's called. Oh, the thing is called Shigen. How do you pronounce it? Hang on. Oh, I'm on a new game. I'm a new character. You have to loot dark. You can't just ignore the stuff anymore. Yes, that is a thing. That obviously you get the blue, you get a blue mark underneath the icon in the top right of the screen when the monster can be captured. But the palico can also inform you a little bit earlier than that when the monster is ready to be captured as well. So keep an eye out for it because it does help. And obviously capturing monsters is faster. And in this game, I believe there is a little bit more of a discrepancy or difference in loot percentages when a monster is carved or captured. Pronunciation. Shigen? Is that right? Shigen? Oh, it's not my native language, you have to forgive me. What does the palico? The palico lets you know when the monster is ready to be captured. It says in the bottom, well, on the right of the screen, it goes, oh, our prey is weak or something like that. Oh, our monster is tired, it's ready to be captured. I was going to say Geek Escape. This pretty much feels on par with the PC version. I don't know if you and Sullen, what you run the PC version, you know, what sort of settings you run it at, but I do sort of like medium to low. And well, you know, I prioritize FPS.
じゃあ
Right, it was the switch axe next.
などうする砂糖頼んだぞ
ごきげんようでは
Right.
ご覧くださいませ
Go with Azeros.
ホムラの加護がありますように
And anyway, in regards to running the PC at medium to low, this is pretty much on par with it. The load times are fast, shall we say. I can't put it in a better way. They are damn fast, the load times. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, like I said, obviously this is just base Rise, and today we're going through the main sort of we're doing village quest, explaining some of the weapons to people who haven't maybe played before. I know a lot of you may have already experienced this and that, so I just hope this is a little bit entertaining. Or if there's stuff I miss out, you know, slap something in the chat or in comments, and help anyone else who's thinking about picking up the game for the first time. By the way, I really dislike fighting this monster. Antonio, how you doing? Started playing on the PlayStation 5 today. Instantaneous load screens. Yeah, actually that is the best way to put it. The load screens are so fast. I keep forgetting the relics. To be honest, even on the Switch version of the game, there's some relics I haven't picked up because I always said to myself, oh, I'm going to do a video going over the relics and where to find them all. And so in doing so, I was like, okay, right, I know where a relic is. I can't pick it up because I need to capture the footage of it. I have to be recording when I actually pick it up. 2 years later, I still haven't done it. The relics, what Eclipse is talking about, are basically like this game's version of collectibles. They also give you a little bit of extra lore, and they're scattered around them. There's various things, various. Come on, Dark, get your words out. There's various of there's a few of them around the various maps. There we go. Yes, there we go. Yeah, it gives you a lot of sort of like, and it also gives you a lot of backstory and such. The relics do. So if you're a little bit, maybe, I don't want to say unsatisfied, but if you want to, if you really enjoy the story and want more, then going after the relics is definitely a must. Right, so right. Ow. Right, what have we got? We got this, which is a defensive move and maneuverable move. It also buffs our switch gauge. And we got Invincible Gambit. Okay. Invincible Gambit allows you to basically charge into a monster, similar to how that Hunting Horn move worked. Where whilst the wire bugs are spinning around you, you can't. It'll be like you have the effects of the Rocksteady Mantle. Oh, yeah. Some of those moves that can power through monsters, they don't work on command grabs that the monsters do. But when you get command grabs, as long as you've got wire bugs, you can normally escape to safety. you'll see the second Silkbind move I'm doing not only maneuvers me, but it turns my bar green in the middle, and that will also replenish some of that bar if it's missing when you're in sword mode. Also, the Switch Axe automatically has access to this move. You see the double arrows next to the Silkbind, the switch gauge underneath our stamina bar. That means it will give us increased switch gauge, powering up your sword mode. Not gonna lie, it feels weird using the Switch Axe without the counter that you get in some mode. Ow. Yeah, you can see, be careful about doing the wire bugs out off of the floor too much. So like now, I'll perform that second one and you'll see my switch gauge instantly get some back, so I don't have to worry about manually reloading the switch gauge. Dangerous, I shouldn't be doing this. Probably be healing. And unlike World, when you perform that zero-sum discharge, you don't get knocked off by rules and attacks. You basically power through it. So you can see quite a few. I mean, the Switch Axe is an example of one of those weapons, especially the way I'm using it. Before you can get any any additional Silkbind moves and attacks, where it's very, I want to say tanky, as in you power through a lot of moves, but in doing so, you take. You're not obviously ignoring the damage. You're still taking the damage, but good. So you have to be a little bit careful in that sense, especially when you start coming up against the apex monsters towards the end of the game, where you start, you can potentially be one shot. You power through a one shot move. It's not gonna help much. It's not gonna help much. Oh dear me. Palamute is hardcore. Yeah, the Palamutes. I mean, to be honest, I think sometimes depending on the build you use, a Palico and Palamute can, depending on what build you use, Palico and Palamute can enhance it. Like for example, I know it's a Sunbreaker build, but using the Berserk and Strife armor set, I believe using a Palico is better than using a Palamute, because the Palico has access to so much more healing capabilities to heal you and counter that health drain, whilst the Palamute really only has access to one of them. Yeah, I was gonna say, Gregory, exactly. I mean, when you wire bug to safety, make sure you do it safely, because half the time, I'm sure everyone has done it. They'll wire bug after getting their ass knocked on the floor, and they'll wire bug accidentally into another attack or something and then end up carting. Switch axe feels so much faster than the charge blade. Oh, the hammer was next, wasn't it? We've got some extra tools for our palamute there. Okay, next up, the hammer, and we're going against the snow bunny. Unfortunately, it's not the kind of snow bunny that. Anyway. Trying to remember what other good tips we can give. Eventually, obviously at the shop, you'll eventually get access to things like the power charms and the power and be able to craft the power talisman. So keep that in mind. You, and you. Answering a message that I ignored. A little bit too long, maybe. Oops. It's hammer time, yeah. Stop. Hammer time. When do you get the cool attacks? Antonio, basically every weapon starts off with 2 of them. I'm trying to use this stream to go through each one of them, each of the starting 2 for each weapon. But you eventually unlock more and more to the point when Sunbreak comes out, where you can have an entirely you have 2 separate loadouts that you can swap on the fly whilst actually fighting a monster, for which Silkbind attacks and Wirebug moves you use. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I thought we did a hunt with the Lance already. The Lance has access to the Anchor Rage and the Tether. I mean, the starting Silkbind moves for the Hunting Horn were very good. The starting Silkbind moves for the Lance, one of them, the Anchor Rage, the counter attack, is very good. The other one, not so much. For the Switch Axe, both of them are very good. For the what have we got the Earthshaker. Is it Earthshaker? And we have that costs 2 Wirebug moves, but that's a very good one. And we have access to Spinning Bludgeon. Okay, 2 good DPS ones. Right, where is he? He's over there. Or she, you know, could be either. Did they keep any of the Sunbreak mechanics? I don't think... The only thing I think they may have done, which don't quote me on, is they may have included some of the buffs to weapons and such. If you remember, when before Sunbreak came out, they changed a few of the weapon stats and such to make things a little bit more, well, balanced, shall we say, for those weapons. I think those may have been kept, but apart from that, nothing else remains the same. Oh, I might as well show you guys what the Puppet Spider does. Puppet Spider is an endemic life you can find scattered around the place. They are used to... You can stick them on the floor, and they'll poop a wad of web at a monster. You normally want to use it on a monster that you're not hunting per se. Well, you can. Anyway. Put it on the floor, shoots web at the monster. Monster becomes rideable straight away. So now we go play live action Monster Hunter Stories. You have access to light and heavy attacks, and when that bar fills up in the middle, you'll get access to basically an ultimate attack. But a little tip is to not use the ultimate attack straight away. Make sure you've used up all the wire bugs first before going into the ultimate attack, because after the ultimate attack, you'll dismount the monster and it will run off. Also, when it comes to doing this, you know, the hammer players out there, I got some good news for you. Your power stance, you won't get knocked out of it now. Once the power stance is active, it stays active until you turn it off manually. Why am I attacking his flank instead of his head? A tip with the hammer and its silk binders moves as well. All the silk bind attacks can be charged up themselves and actually held, like so. So you can time them to when you want to actually do them properly. Like you could do this move on its, you know, you can do it straight away, but it won't be as powerful as if you charged up the hammer first. Eventually, when you get through the game far enough, you'll get access to almost like an entirely different playstyle with the hammer called the Courage. It's sort of like a power stance Courage. So you get an entirely different moveset almost, which is very good for players who want to use elemental or element hammers. So keep that in mind. But that's more of an advanced thing than when you're first starting off. Monster Hunter Stories. I've enjoyed the stories of Monster Hunter. I've enjoyed the stories of Monster Hunter Stories more than I have most of the mainline stories. Don't get me wrong, I prefer the mainline stories in terms of gameplay and everything, but you know, the stories of stories has always been nice. Are the graphics any better on the PlayStation 4 or 5 comparable to the Monster Hunter World? I would say they're better than Switch, but I don't think the graphics are as good as World. I think World is still superior in terms of graphical prowess and how it looks. Sorry about that. That was a notification for Genshin Impact. Do dailies. Right, as I've already Wyvern rode the other monster on this map, they do have a little bit of a cooldown before we can Wyvern ride them again, so I'm just going to send this bunny into the wall. Yeah, Harley says the prey is weak, ripe for capture, and it came up even before the blue skull underneath Lagambi's icon in the corner of the screen came up. Sorry, Guillermo's attached to them. That is not a true toy. Let's not be greedy. There we go. And so that's the hammer. The hammer is very good in Rise. It gets even better in Sunbreak. The Sunbreak hammer is really good. Sunbreak hammer is really nice. Oh, Eclipse, bless. Well, you know I said I played a lot of Monster Hunter? I suppose this is the payoff. I am slightly slower than with some weapons than others, but you know, that's a lot of time. But no. Anyway, going back to the graphics, what Philip asked, the graphics on a whole, whilst they're on par with PC at probably medium to high. I don't know that if they're on par with PC at ultra settings. Frame rate, it's fine. Frame rate is actually buttery smooth. I think if you're coming over to Rise from Switch, that's the biggest thing you're going to notice. The frame rate. It feels so well on top of the instantaneous load screens as well. Yeah, that is probably what I would say. But okay, right. Oh, they want us to go and talk to. I haven't showed you this area yet, or I mean, those of you who haven't played the game yet. This is basically the area where the argosy is kept. This is the area where all your buddies are managed and stuff. This is where you can recruit more palicos, palamutes. There is also a little bit of an Easter egg here, which I'll show you in a minute. I would say with the argosy, get that going as quickly as possible. That boat there also takes you to the training area. If you want to practice, although there's a fast travel to the training area, so I don't know why you have to take the boat, to be honest. The argosy here is basically Kimura's link to what happens in Sunbreak almost. Okie dokie. Right, just giving you the run around to what to do in that. This guy, basically, any palico or palamute, anybody you have that is idle, you can stick them in here and they'll start gaining levels. So if you have spare ones, you can stick a palico or palamute in here, and yeah, they'll gain levels whilst you do quests. Iori is the buddy handler and the buddy scout. Basically, he allows you to recruit more buddies, palamutes, and palicos for your party. So what you would do, you go to hire, and then you can either do, get predetermined random palicos and palamutes. You'll also see up in the top right that he's an assist palico, trapper palico. He's a bombardier, so sort of like DPS explosion focus. Gathering palico, gatherer, fighting palico. So you get different types of palicos with the palamutes as well. You get random ones, but you don't have to go for random ones. You can go to scout a buddy, which means that you can look for something specific, even to the point of how the palico or palamute looks. Which, if you're looking for a specific, say you have multiple cats and you want to create all of them in the game, this is what you would use to create the cat you didn't hire in the first in the character creation thing. So you can look for specific ones there, and once you've scouted a specific one, they will instead show up in the higher section here after a quest or two. You can also hire special buddies, which are sort of like DLC buddies that have decent stats already attached to them. They're normally from the developers and such, and have well, yeah, they look a little bit quirky at times. I will actually hire one of them because I want to send the argosy off. Dolo, you never played the Switch coming straight from Iceborne. I think it will be a little bit of a... Most people that have made the jump, especially to the Switch version of the game from Iceborne, do have a little bit of a... There's a little bit of a... what do you want to call it? Kind of learning process, learning curve. But I think coming over to the PlayStation version, it might be a little bit easier. Most people have told me that they feel the game is clunky when they go from Iceborne to Rise and Switch. But I think if you go from Iceborne to Rise on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, it will be fine, I think. Eric, love the hunting horns. I was going to say we've done the hunting horn is chef's kiss, I think, in this. Anyway, you can rename buddies, dismiss them, chit chat, yada yada yada. This is the Meowcenaries. They are basically get a bunch of palicos and palamutes, send them off on a quest for a couple of hunts. They'll come back with some extra loot for you. Up here, every few quests, up here you'll find the Kohoot nest, which you can loot, and it will give you, well, random bits and bobs. So do that. Don't forget to check that every few quests. That's to the training area, and this is the argosy. These are buddy subs, which is how they go collect the goods with the argosy. Or argosy, sorry. Start off with one, you can get a maximum of 3. Rodane is basically someone you're going to get quite acquainted with, because you're always going here to send off a buddy to look for stuff that you want. Can't do Might Siege yet, I don't think. So we will do... yeah, I guess. So after every quest, or every few quests, check back and you'll be able to Jesus Christ, some of the Palico and Palamute stuff is so damn adorable. You can also buy random rare finds here, if sometimes for research points with any. Okay, let's get back, and that is basically the Buddy Plaza. This Tetronodon model you'll see in the model, it's just cosmetic. It's not really used for anything. If you send your buddies off to train, you'll see them fighting against that. But for the most part, that's just cosmetic. Anyway, what weapon do you want to see now then? Like I said, I would like, if I can get through all the weapons, that would be good. I would be satisfied. So we've done the hammer, we've done the hunting horn, we've done the lance, and we've done the switch axe. Does anyone have any requests to do what else they would like to see? I mean, I'll eventually go through all of them, and I'll go through all of them in order eventually, but... Although I must confess, I'm a little bit scared about using the bowguns, because it's going to be wire lance. But, I mean, I could use the gun lance. I mean, we've already done the lance. Oh, dual blades. Yeah, I can do dual blades. Yeah, we've done the lance, we've done the hunting horn, we've done the switch axe, and we've done the hammer. Eric, is it crazy that I'm picking this up just to have a fresh start? Got a couple hours on the Switch. Hey, to be honest, if you come in from the Switch over to this, it's gonna feel a lot better. The frame rate alone makes it feel a lot fresher. I had that same feeling when I came over when I went from Switch to PC. Okay, Agnesom. Okay, Insect Glaive next then. Right, we'll do the dual blades, then we'll do the Insect Glaive. Yeah, it would be nice to get through every weapon, but I do have a little bit of a time limit. We'll see if we can do it before then. Can I? I mean, it's not really what I don't really have to worry about builds at the moment, I guess. Besides, can't really make anything. But I will worry about upgrading the armor because upgrading is nice to have. Although, actually, no, we'll probably be fine. Famous last words. Famous last words. We'll probably be fine. Agnesom. I don't mind Agnesom. Agnesom is a monster that uses weird sort of feint attacks against you. It also has access to fireball attacks. But for the most part, it's not that difficult a monster. I don't think it will be a roadblock for many people. You've got the name for a sec. The reason I remember this name is because I did a Monster Hunter quiz when Monster Hunter Rise first came out. Capcom released a quiz, and it's like, oh, what monster are you? And I got Agnesom at the time. When Sunbreak came out and I did the same quiz, it gave me Gormagala. Oh yeah, I should tell you about the Felvine. Use Felvine. This is basically catnip for your cat. If you use it, your cat goes, your Palico, not Palamutes, because it doesn't work on Palamutes, but your Palico goes into like a frenzy mode. So it's a way to buff up your Palico for a small duration of time. Anyway, I've got to see what we have in terms of Wirebug moves. I assume we're going to have Piercing Bind and Shrouded Vault, because those are awesome. Okay, fine. Right. Piercing Bind. Stick a wire thing in the monster, and then after a little while it explodes, dealing extra damage depending on how much damage you dealt to the monster. The other move is Shrouded Vault, one of the best moves in the game in my opinion, which gives you so much invincibility frames that allows you to power through pretty much anything the monster throws at you. Ow. That move there allows you to, if the monster had hit me while performing that, I would instantly ignore the damage and do a counter attack of my own. It is really good. The other move, the bind, is good for extra damage as long as you hit. This move is good for extra damage because, like I said, it explodes after a little while and deals extra damage depending on how much damage you actually did to the monster during the phase before it explodes. There will come a point with the dual blades where you may want to consider aerial dual blades, but that's when you get more access to more switch skills and such. For the start of the game, you won't have that. Ow! Oh yeah, I should actually buff up Palico. The only trouble is you've got to be in kissing distance with the dual blades to do anything fun. And I will say as well, with the dual blades as well, they are so much better if you're utilising elemental builds, which may be one of the biggest downsides of using them to go through the game for the first time. Like, for example, some of you guys asked what is a quick way to get through, get through the low rank, and I wouldn't recommend the dual blades necessarily, not because you have to worry about... The dual blades are slower if you're relying on raw attack, put it that way. So until you've got a decent dual blade of each type under your belt, it can be a little bit of a slog. By the way, what I'm doing here is these jewel lilies. These are, you get to plant these great wire bugs, and then after you've planted them, they're there permanently. They're scattered around the map, and you get more for doing certain side quests. They just allow you to traverse the map a little bit more easily. World was the first Monster Hunter you put a bunch of time into. Spent a ton of time doing builds early on, only to have them end up being useless. Yeah, that's it. I think don't worry too much about builds as you go through the game. Go through the sort of like, especially low rank. You can start worrying about builds a little bit more when it comes to high rank. I know with high rank, when it comes to what I do with builds, is I won't worry about mixed sets so much, but I'll focus on one set of armor that is normally good for a certain weapon. Like, for example, in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, the bow is very good with an armor piece from a monster, with the armor from a monster called Raknakadaki. Every single piece of that armor works well with the bow. So I would just farm that armor set and have that carry me through the game, at least until sort of like a bit more I'm at the end game. Listen, these feints get me a little bit, not gonna lie. Ow. Oops. Oh, I keep misreading the monster. Like I said, Agnesom's biggest strength is its feint attacks. It looks... Its attacks can really throw you off sometimes. Falling for that one. Right, it's off to the next area. Okie dokie. But yeah, when it comes to builds, don't stress about them too much, going through the game, especially low rank. High rank, I mean, I didn't make many build videos for Monster Hunter Rise. I do have a series which pretty much... There's a series on the YouTube channel I was going to say, if someone can link the playlist, that'd be fantastic. But there is a playlist on the channel which is pre-Sunbreak builds, which are pretty much the universal endgame builds for the weapons in the game. They oh yeah, stamina. I should really have some dash juice on this. But yeah, the pre-Sunbreak builds are probably the best, not best, but the strongest all-round builds you can get for each weapon. On the base version of Monster Hunter Rise, so those would be the builds that you might want to consider aiming for, especially when Sunbreak comes out. By the way, if if you're wondering what I did there, you can the flint shot style maneuver you can do whilst riding a monster. You can use it to send another monster into another monster, and then the monster that you've sent it into also becomes rideable, which is good when you're taking on when you want to grab a monster that you're not fighting. Oh, damn it. I will say this with the dual blades, even though your stamina is gone, as long as you keep attacking, you can sometimes stay active. So there we go, that's Act Control. Took a little bit longer than anticipated, but then again, the monsters are getting a little bit harder. But yeah, the other thing, Wyvern riding is, I would say, some people don't like it, some people don't mind it. Some people love it, but for me personally, I would prefer to see turf wars. Turf wars are still in the game, but most of the time, the game prioritizes wyvern riding over turf wars, which it's a shame. But at the same time, when it comes to wyvern riding, you do get extra loot, which when you're going through the game for the first time, wyvern ride to your heart's content, get that free loot. Yes. Right, Insect Glaive next. The canteen has been upgraded, everyone. No, but like I said, the plan is we'll hopefully get I'll be doing the village stuff off stream after we've done today's stream, and then on Monday, Monday Night Monster Hunter over on Twitch will be hub stuff for the there's a lot of stuff to talk about. The hub quests with you guys, so we can do open lobbies And then on Wednesday for the midweek Monster Hunter, I'll go back to the PC version, and that it may stay like that for a little bit as we go forward. We will see. We will see. Anyway, Insect Glaive. So, who would be good to use the Insect Glaive against? See, I do want to show off Kezu, but he doesn't really. We'll do Baroth. I would show off Kezu, but he doesn't really. Shall we say? He doesn't progress the storyline. Right, Insect Glaive. Oh, can I get the Kinsect as well? Ooh, okay, right. Okay, we've got Kinsects. Triple time up, stamina use slowed down, dual colour, bonus heal. Let's do. Did triple auto assist. Let's do assist Kinsect. Oh, she's got more stuff to talk about. It is advisable to do Imogi's quests. They give you more options at the canteen, so you know she will give you additional quests to do. Oh, we've got more. More options now. I went for Blunt from Knockout. I don't know why I go for Blunt. I should probably go Severin. Okay, let's do this. Ah, but those palicos, or felines, were actually lucky that Baroth eats ants. Right, you can see me being a little bit, shall we say, lackadaisical when it comes to collecting the spirit birds. Most of the time you've seen me, I'm running straight into combat straight away rather than spending time to get those spirit birds. But you know, if you are having trouble, or maybe you're not confident, or you're learning a weapon or something like that, then you might want to consider getting some spirit birds before you actually run into combat. So, hang on, what silk bundles have I got available? I've got the jump, and I have. Okay, we've got two versions of the jump. Fun. Oh, we got the evade. We got the jump and the evade. We've got jump 2, jump 1. I must say I'm a little bit more used to the insect glaive when it has. The insect glaive, I believe, gets better when you get access to some of the other silk bind and switch skills rather than the default ones. Oh man. Just love bouncing off them. Oh, wrong way. Getting fainted quite a lot. Oh my god, first feint to Baroth. Ooh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, pretty much Eclipse. To your jaws. Pretty much it's a I would say it's one of the biggest criticisms against the game. You know, to the point where, you know, you get mods on PC that eliminate the need to get the spirit birds. Which shows that, you know, it's a aspect of the game I don't think many people are that big a fan of. And you also have a mixed, shall we say, opinion when it comes to the spirit birds, where, you know, you'll have half the team running in straight away to do the monster, and then half running around getting spirit birds. And God, I'm using a slow insect. I mean, I feel I'm getting a little bit annoyed that I'm bouncing off with everything that wants to throw at me at the moment. But yeah, so you have half the team running around getting the spirit birds and half the team running in straight away. Normally the ones who run in straight away end up carting. Except, you know, present company accepted. Oh, hang on, my headphones are fucking up. So, you know, I would say when you're in a group, try to do what the majority are doing. Oh, man. See, yeah, I mean, like I said, some people don't mind the spirit bird hunting. Eclipse, like you're saying, you don't mind that aspect of the game. I think the main reason that I took a distaste to it was because when it comes to recording videos, normally, you know, I like to when it comes to doing a build video, I normally like to demonstrate the build in you know, we're doing a good hunt, you know, showing the build off. Maybe not a flawless hunt, but at least a hunt that shows that, you know, what it's capable of in terms of, you know, damage, time, stuff like that. And sometimes the hunts go wrong, and when the hunts go wrong, it feels like all that, especially if it goes wrong right at the start of a hunt, that you've wasted all that time getting the spirit, but you've got to go get them again. That was a good example of using the wire bug to get to safety. At least the damn monster's gone to water again. Now its body parts are actually soft. What? Back. Okay. I am wondering if I'm going to be able to fit all the weapons in before the end of the stream. Every cart is a new way to access. Well, when it comes to the carts, you know, at the end of the day, everyone carts. Even the best of the best speedrunners, they're all cart at times. And you know, it's just all part of the learning process. Mountain is out of the game now. Yes, Derek, it's just this riding aspect. Yeah, no more is the I should really against Baroth and the way he is. I should really By the way, if you had green sharpness, you wouldn't be bouncing off nearly as much as I am at the moment. I would recommend that at this point you start considering getting some of the upgraded weapons. Not doing what I'm doing here, and going through with basic Kimura weapons. Ow. Oh, it's tired.
お願い。えい、やあ。砥石をお願いします。よいしょっと。
Yeah, also when going through the game for the first time as well, try to pick up anything that's, even the small monsters, you know, always try to kill a few of them just to, you know, just to extend your repertoire a little bit. I love how Baroth sleeps. But I've got nothing to wake it up with, so fuck it. With the insect glaive, like I said, it does get a lot better as you get through the when you get access to more of the silkbind moves and switch skills. Until then, it is kind of a bare bones weapon. I mean, it still has all the stuff you would expect from Monster Hunter World in it. Well, except for the clutch claw stuff, of course. Oh, you were wondering why the insect glaive wasn't mounting. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, when it comes to mounting the monsters you're hunting, performing silkbind attacks on the monster will eventually cause them to be rideable. But no, the mountain that we're kind of used to, that's not in the game anymore. Which, to be honest, I'm fairly neutral on. If I'm honest, I didn't, apart from the change in soundtracks, I wasn't a huge fan of mountain. It was alright. It was a good way to you know, for your allies to have a little bit of a breather and resharpen their weapons and such. But yeah, that was the main draw of it, I think. Okie dokie. Right, next weapon. Right, okay, done. Right, we've got these three. Darcblade, gun lance, sword and shield, longsword. Don't know if we're going to get all of them done, I fear, guys. I think I might try to do the ones that I don't use that much. So, sword and shield then. Ooh. Sword and shield it is. Okay, next up on the chopping block. Let's do Tetranodon, as he's a new one. No, I think I'll skip over the bow, because I play the bow so damn much. Okie dokie, off we go. Okay, sorry, I was distracted for a second there. Okay, let's do this. Right, you're all the way over there. Tetranodon is a water-based monster. It shouldn't have a super hard hide, so I shouldn't be bouncing off of it left and right. Unfortunately, Baroth, I probably maybe picked the wrong weapon to go up against it. I would have probably done, you know, the hammer or something if I was planning better. Although, actually, no, scratch that. If I was going up against Baroth with the insect glaive, I would have made sure I had an insect glaive that had that green sharpness, not yellow sharpness. Well, now when you say Seismic as well as Zona, how are you both doing? I was going to say, Derek, the Elemental Sword and Shield feels a little bit better, but Sword and Shield mains, which I'm not, say that it's not that much better. You're better off still going raw attack, or a combination of the two. Oh, no, the reason I was on about sharpness is because I was bouncing off of Baroth's hide so much when I was attacking it with the insect glaive. Why am I sharpening my weapon? That, you know, to prevent that, I should have gone with a green sharpness weapon instead of... yeah. That's all I meant by moaning about sharpness. Tetranodon doesn't really have a super strong hide, so it doesn't really... You can get away with using yellow sharpness and not bouncing off. I mean, obviously, sharpness does also apply a damage modifier to your attacks as well. But for the most, you know, one thing you want to consider is sharpness and if the monster has a tough hide or not. Right, Sword and Shield. I forgot to look at what moves it's got available to it. Right, we have the Whirlwind, which allows you to damage a monster quite effectively. It hits multiple times. And it can also be used to shrug off monster attacks. As long as you time it right. Yeah, I obviously mistimed that one, so I've got to check with you the move I had was. Oh, it's just the airborne slice, or whatever it's called. I've got the exact name for it. Basically, it allows you to go onto the air and then perform various moves afterwards. The biggest one being that. You still have access to the Perfect Rush as well for Sword and Shield players who like to use it, but as well as your Shield Bash combo. Oh, boom. when
どうしましたね
you get access to more silkbind moves and switch skills with the sword and shield, you get new moves to launch you into the air more easily, and a few things like that. The server's stable. Zona, that is a good question. At the moment, I haven't really had a chance to play much multiplayer. I've been just doing, because obviously the time of day I'm playing, and yeah, maybe the time, and the fact that I've just started again and stuck doing village quests, which are single player. I haven't really had a chance to test the multiplayer. However, from what people are saying, there has been a few reports that the servers are a little bit unstable, at least on PlayStation. I don't know if that was just for the few people who reported it, and if that was last night only, but that's something to be aware of.
必ず借りますさあ手加減なしです
You see, I used the windmill there to power through its attacks. Let's not get greedy. You'll see, eventually you can replace that windmill attack with a basically a Shoryuken counter move from Street Fighter, and if you're playing with the Akuma layered armor, which you can earn through event quests, they actually he performs the Shoryuken, and it also, when you're performing the windmill with that skin, it gives you a Tetsu for performing the windmill attack. But yeah, that's Tetranodon and the Sword and Shield. Okay, we got another probably 2 hunts left in us. I have to obviously I don't live alone. I live with a roommate, so I have to consider it's we have to wrap things up as they are coming home from work in about that time. So Sword and Shield is a lot of fun in this game. It has a lot more to it.
成功です
It has a lot more to it when compared to what it did have, I think. Yeah, stable is a good word to describe it. Had so much fun with the Sword and Shield in Rise. Yeah, the Sword and Shield is quite a fun weapon to use, not gonna lie. And especially once you master that counter attack, it's definitely it makes it more fun. It gives it another sort of like another. Married with children? No, I am an eligible bachelor on the prowl who plays Monster Hunter. Hey girl, do you know I got 5,000 hours in Monster Hunter World Iceborne? And if you want to count child, then I suppose Harley, Cat Dad, if that counts. Okay, what weapon next, by the way, guys?
こんにちは特別なクエストをご確認くださいな
Oh fuck. Excuse my language. Oh no. I forgot about rampages. I should probably show off a Rampage. Right, Rampages are a unique type of quest with Monster Hunter Rise. They basically throw waves of weaker monsters at you, and with let's do Chargeblade. They throw waves of weaker monsters at you, and in doing so, eventually, you know, you got to fight them off with your weapon or the artillery that's scattered around the map. Allies can assist you. You set up defenses. It's a little bit like a pseudo tower defense kind of game. And sorry, just answering message. But anyway, Rampages are like a pseudo tower defense kind of hunt, where you fight off waves of weaker monsters before eventually a bigger, tougher monster shows up. Defeat that tougher monster before it breaks through the gates, and you will complete the hunt. The thing about the Rampage quests themselves are they are normally used to get what they're called tickets. They're defender tickets. And these defender tickets can be used in various crafting, but mainly in regards to augmenting your weapons and such. Hey Rick, how's it going? Oh yeah, they didn't upgrade the cutscenes. The good thing about the Rampages is you pick up this spirit bird here and it gives you all of them at once rather than actually having to go around the map to get them. So this is basically the tutorial. It shows you the sort of like layout or basic layout of one of the various layouts you can have in the Rampage. Here you'll notice it will give you the tutorial about how to set up installations and all of that good stuff. The things when it comes to these setting up installations, they can either be operated by yourself, or they can be, you can eventually set up come on, Sushi. You can eventually set up automated ones, like here. So automated ones, they're, you know, it's got an NPC on it who will fire it for you. Makes the Rampages a little bit more bearable. Don't get me wrong, doing a Rampage with 4 players is the absolutely optimal way because you have 4 players using the ballistas or fighting the monsters, rather than yourself trying to fire 1 ballista and 4 NPCs. You set up traps. Yes, Geek Escape, you're right there as well. But anyway, these are all the basics. Obviously, as you progress through the siege, you'll start to earn level up, which you can see down in the bar above the map in the bottom left of the screen. That bar will fill up as you fight off wave of monsters. And oh, that's got some friggin' feedback on it. Yeah, when that fills up, you'll be able to craft more and more different installations.
いいか
He's just teaching you about the various installations and how they all work now at the moment. Oh, Rick, what did you think of it on
やって
PS5?
みよういいか
This is one aspect I liked about the heavy artillery in this game when compared to others. You have this guard ability where you can use the wirebugs to hunker down and take a hit rather than being knocked off of the cannon or
よ
ballista.
くやったぞ来るぞさあやってみよう君ならできる
5,000 hours senior level company position here. It's anyway.
絶対に通しません
Should set some more of these.
シュー
5 of them.
里を守って
So you can see the level 1 gauge is starting to fill up, so once that fills up we'll get access to maybe the next set of installations, probably include the cannon.
油断は禁物
Yeah, see, we've got the cannon. So we can dismantle things as well and
里を守って
plop a cannon down instead.
守りきれ
And every single piece of installation also has their own little tricks and tips and stuff like that. So you know, a little bit. It takes a little time to learn them all and that, but it's not too difficult. You have to search for all the camps again. Keep on the eye out as well, because the monsters, they will drop items sometimes. Also, you'll notice that monsters have different symbols above their
やっ
heads.
たな
The red teeth means that they will attack defenders, installations, and hunters. If they have the blue thing over their head, it means that they will target barriers and gates.
いいか
So, most part, I would say prioritize getting these ones down so you can keep the gates, so the gates hold. You also have the green ones as well, which are flying monsters who will bombard and use air and use aerial attacks against you and your squad. Someone dropped an item there, so we can go pick it up, and it gives us normally consumables that can only be used in.
爆弾を置きました
Oh, the boss has appeared.
来るぞいざ
Right, counter signal is something you want to get used to as well with rampages. Counter signals are basically what is it? 300% damage to a hunter can do. And their counter signals are normally generated when a boss monster comes up.
いいか
And once the bonds, or you can activate them sometimes manually, depending on where you are and what you're doing.
来るんだ
There's you can tell where a counter signal is by it's basically like a gong. You can see it. Can you see it? No, it's not over there at the moment. I guess you can't get it out yet. Can I set up any more? Oh, I got to talk to Master Azushi. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was like, why can't I set up installations? It's like, talk to me.
つわものよ
Alright, Eclipse, like I said, I'm not going to be streaming too much longer. I want to get this out the way and then I'll probably wrap things up. This is teaching you about the Dragonator, which becomes available at certain points during a... which becomes available at certain points during the Rampage, or you can, manually do it as well. Oh, once more.
Oh, 高き炎よ
This is teaching you about how to use allies in combat. You can summon, there's various NPCs and story-related characters to come in and assist you if you need them. They are very powerful as well, but they are limited in how many you can summon and such. More talking. Oh, he wants me to remove the installation. Then we can put the Fugin down here for a second. So he'll come and help us. He'll do every NPC has their own sort of separate kind of way of working or attack. Like Fugin will do one massive hit with his longsword. Well, the chef, she will use her sort of heavy bowgun style machine gun over for a longer period of time. But I'm just setting up the other traps and such. Okie dokie. See, look, Fugin should be able to take 3 of these Azuros out in one hit, but then he'll go and he won't be back for the rest of the Rampage. See, there you go. Now, I have to...
腕前を見せてくれ見てくれ
You can also Wyvern ride as well, monsters, if you wanted to. But that Azuros there is up for Wyvern riding if you wanted to. signal should be fine.
守りきれ
Yeah, here we go. Time to fight normally. This is a very big one. And that's a Rampage hunt. That was a big Rogi.
素晴らしい
That was big.
よくやったぞ
Oh, so anyway, how's everyone's evening going? Or morning, depending where you are in the world. Oh yeah, a reminder as well to anyone who doesn't know, we do have a... Oh, I don't have it actually ready to go. Um,
一旦落ち着いたみたいだね。
佐藤さんがキャンプに集まれって。
Hey, no worries, Derek. Like I said, I think I can do maybe another hunt, but then I need to get off and... Anyway, we get the introduction of the flagship monster. Ah, Magnamalo didn't order lunch on the go.
そのモンスターの名はオンコ竜マガイマガド百竜夜行と共に現れその群れを食らう化け物だ
食べるんだ
50年前里は百竜夜行に加えオンコ竜にまで襲われ被害はより大きなものとなってしまった
それが今回も
Yeah, I got to feel sorry, a little bit sorry for that, Izuros.
今の我々には頼れるハンターがついている
You don't think it's going to be the last boss? What you mean in terms of absolute last boss, like Fatalis was for World Iceborne? To be honest, they could do Fatalis again, but I don't think that would be the same. I don't know. I really don't know who they would do for the last boss.
どこまで役に立てるかわからないけど
そ その意気がよし。しかし、ハンターでない者に狩猟を任せることはで
I mean, Rise has already received quite a few monsters. It's going to be obviously probably a set
里を
piece
守ると
monster.
は、狩るのみにあらず。お前たちは自分に
Something that you probably wouldn't
精一
fight
杯やれ
normally.
ばよい。
So it would be something, you know, like it has to be on the same sort of like similar level to Fatalis, maybe a Latreon or something like that. But I don't know.
炎のごとく
We have a returning Elder Dragon with the next.
さすれば答えはおのずと見つかる。
Awaken. I don't want to spoil you. I bought the Switch version before the console released. No, I was going to say the last boss. I mean, the last boss. You know, in terms of the what's been shown already, I think most of us know already what the last bosses are. I mean, we've been kindly asked not to, you know, show it too much on stream and that, but you know, the game's been out for almost 2 years now, so someone completely new. It could yeah, that could be good. Something completely new. But what is the question? Right, okay.
ムサ団子は至福の味わい。
So we got the next. Oh, we're still on these ones. Ew.
いつでも遊びに来てください。
フグの用事ならここに来い。腕が鳴るわ。
Okay, okay. Do we have time for one more? Darky, Fister. I was going to say, Fister. We were chat made me restart the stream with. Okay, we haven't done gun lance. We haven't done longsword. We haven't done greatsword. We haven't done heavy bowgun, bow, or light bowgun. So we got through a few today. Let's do one more. I mean, I tried to demonstrate the charge blade a little bit during that rampage, but it was a bit hard to kind of show it off, really. So I could do charge blade. Nah, let's Let's go longsword. Let's do one more hunt. Ah, I'm out of iron ore. I bet the Kimura one. Oh, I can make the Yuzuchi one. Ooh, let's do that.
よし、行ってこい。
絶好の狩猟日和ですね。
Okay, let's do Kuroyaku.
きっとお待
Hammer.
ちして
Oh, we've already done the hammer. I was going to say, Fisto. What we did is we went through we went through all the village quests up until this point, using a different weapon for each one, and the hammer we've already used. The thing is, as well, with the you have to remember as well, we don't have access to all the silkbind attacks and the different switch skills, so it's weird just playing with the it's weird just playing with the bog standard basic skills available to each weapon again. And some definitely feel better than others. The hammer felt quite good. The hammer's basic ones actually were really nice. Want to relearn the longsword as well. The longsword has a, I mean, when you get to Sunbreak, the longsword, the sheer amount of counterattacks it has is ridiculous. It has so many counterattacks available to it that, you know, to be honest, you don't really need to even go for defensive skills, as long, you know, as long as you trust in your own abilities to counterattack. I love Kuruyaku. He's so derpy.
いざ参ります
Right.
お願い
I'm going to take my demon drugs, and I don't have anything set up for that. I also forgot that I've actually got new petalaces as well, so I could be, I should be, should have equipped some of those. I think my roommate's home. Yeah, this may have to be the last hunt. Yeah, pretty much every weapon has a counter now to some degree. You know, even the bow with its what are the moves I got then? I'm trying to remember what the basic ones are. We got Jumpy Jumpy for the Spirit Hound. Got Jumpy Jumpy for the Spirit Hound. Ow.
気をつけて
And we should have the what was called the counter, but it takes 2 wire bugs to perform. Not a big fan of. There's a little bit of resistance when using the longsword's R2 attacks. Oh yeah, one thing you'll notice in this game is that small monsters are aggressive as hell. Small monsters do not take prisoner. Oh, you have to forgive me as well. I'm starting to flag a little bit. So. Even though this is technically quite a short stream, on Twitch I would normally go for between 4 and 6 hours. Okay. Yes, I keep forgetting to go get the camps. I don't know if did I do a video on all the camps? I definitely did with Sunbreak, but I don't think I did with base version of World. Oh, I think no, did I? No, I can't remember if I did or not now. But yeah, I'll go get all the camps and stuff off stream and that in time for hopefully in time for Monday's stream. Yeah, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming Monster. I'll be streaming this again on Monday, all being well, and it'll be open lobbies because I want to try to get to the point where I can do the hub quests. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of difficulties with my R2 trigger. There's a bit of resistance, that force feedback or whatever it's called. That's the silkbind attack. But it's not always worth it because it costs 2 wire bugs to use, and the payoff isn't as good as doing the Spirit Helm Breaker, which you do with the other wire bug attack. There we go. But yeah, so I know what I can do before we end the stream. Let me quickly go to the training area, and then I can just show off the other silkbind moves for the weapons I didn't cover, just to cover my bases, so to speak, and make sure there's something for everyone. Right, while I do that, bear with me a moment. We've already used the hammer. We already used it. It was like the 4th hunting, I believe. Bear with me a moment. Sorry about that. All that. Right, yeah, we didn't do the. We didn't show off the greatsword. We haven't shown off the. There we go. We go to the training area. Oh, this shows that the Meowcenaries are ready to go. If you want to do them, of course. So far, we used the. Thanks for keeping track, Derek. Hunting Horn, Sword and Shield, Dual Blades, Hammer, Longsword, Lance, Charge Blade in the Rampage. Did the Insect Glaive as well. Sword and Shield was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. Anyway, this is the training area where you'll probably spend most of your time testing numbers and such. I mean, the good thing about this area is you can customize the Tetranodon in the center to do different things like counters and well, here you'll see in a sec. You can change the head position of the monster if you want to test out knockout, direction it's faced in, if it's tracking players. You can cause it to do different attacks. Projectile's always nice. Wire bug gauge, I always turn it to infinite just to gauge. Yeah, get it? Wire bug gauge. Okay. Okay, so, right, we did the longsword, we did sword and shield, we did dual blades, we did land. Hang on, we'll start with greatsword. Right, greatsword. Greatsword becomes very different when you unlock the switch skills and such, because you have access to almost a new playstyle. But for the most part, you have two moves. You have the power sheath, which allows you to move out of the way, sheathe your weapon at the same time, and whilst your arm is glowing like it is here, you'll do increased damage. So it's just a nice all-round skill that I even use even in endgame. At endgame Sunbreak, I still use it. The other move, the other basic one, you get default one, is Hunter's Edge, which allows you to go into the air and perform aerial attacks. It's okay, but it will be replaced eventually. I prefer using the adamant charge slash when you eventually get that. I don't know why, when I get to the training area, I start remembering the names of all the stuff. Anyway, gun lance. Right, gun lance is going to be, you're going to find the gun lance weird to start off with. Well, quite limited to start off with. It feels very slow compared to some of the other weapons, but when you get access to new switch skills and stuff, you'll start seeing that it has a lot of mobility with its blast dash and such. But anyway, we have access to a slam and a counter, which can all be followed up with other moves. You'll also notice that a lot of the the gun lance's moves as well, also buff up the weapon, in that it allows it to do more shelling damage afterwards, or slashing damage, depending on which move you're using. So that's the gun lance. Okay, almost done. Right. I should really talk about the charge blade briefly, because although we did it on Rampage, it wasn't covered that much. Charge blade has two moves. First of all is that it's a dodge, a morphing, advance and slash. It's basically a mobility skill that allows you to go straight into axe mode afterwards. Good for getting out of the way or to keep up with the monster. But the other move that is quite good for a default Silkbind move is the counter peak performance, which allows you to block incoming attacks. Only one though. The monster hits twice, then you will get hit afterwards, and then follow it up with moves of your own. So it's good to block an attack, and then you can go straight into your super amp and discharge. But obviously, make sure you're timing it right and don't get hit after. And that is it for the melee weapons. Let's move on to the bowguns. Now the bowguns, their wire bug moves aren't... They're not the most essential, if you get what I mean. This allows you to leap into the air, fire off a shot, or you can fire off a mine. It's just an evasion move to help get out of the way of things. The other move is just a simple glide around the map. It also has invincibility frames, so you can glide. He says, does it have invincibility frames, or is that the heavy bowgun? The heavy bowgun that has the invincibility frames. Sorry, my bad. This is the glide that allows you to reload and attack afterwards and fire it. So you can use it to dodge if you wanted to, or you can dodge with it and then press the fire button, in which case you'll shoot off a blast and reload afterwards, whatever ammo you have. you know, whatever ammo you have selected. So that's the light bowgun. Let's quickly go to the heavy bowgun. So with the heavy bowgun, we have counter, and that move I was thinking that the light bowgun had. So the counter allows you to follow it with a big shot that can be charged up. So keep that in mind. That shot can the following the counter, it can be charged. And the other silkbind move for it, the default one, is allows you to dodge, but dodge into or through attacks as well. So you can use it to power through attacks if need be. You do still take a little bit of damage doing it, but you'll notice that a lot of moves seem to have, a lot of weapons seem to have moves like that. That you can power, well, not a lot of weapons, I should say the tankier of weapons. And then finally the bow, if I remember correctly, it has access to an evasion and a buff. So we have Herculean draw, which basically buffs up your arrows, gives you more damage. Buff lasts a fair while, but it costs unfortunately 2 wire buffs to apply. And the other move is focus shot, which is odd because it's pretty much a dodge, but the real thing about focus dodge and why you might want to use it is not necessarily for evasion, but the fact when you use it, when you land, you're in a crouching position, and whilst you're in that position, you gain increased stamina regeneration. So it's a way to reset if you're low on stamina, if you get what I mean. Hey Dragon Dad, I'm back for like 2 seconds. I'm about to head off now. I was just finishing off the rest of the weapons I didn't get to cover via hunts, unfortunately. No, yeah, no, definitely. Monster Hunter Rise, fine. I still think it should have been released on PlayStation, Xbox, and Gamepass long ago. It's a shame that it's just taken this long to come to this system. Heck of a shame, but it is finally here, which is good, and it means that everyone, finally, we're all kind of catching up with one another. But anyway, guys, I'm going to peace out now because I am going to go make some dinner. Thanks to everyone who dropped by today. It's been a little bit of a weird stream, not going to lie, but that's because I don't normally stream on here. But I hope it's been all right. I hope it's been informative. I know it's been a little bit more of a what do you call it? A tutorial-esque stream, shall we say, more than a goofy one that I normally do over on Twitch. But like I said, I'll be playing this on Monday, open lobbies, but I will still be playing the PC version. We'll be doing that on Wednesday, but we also have other streams planned on Twitch as well. I'll be starting to work on more pre-produced videos on YouTube here. But no, thank you everyone who dropped by today as well. Thank you guys as well for the super chats. Also, if you haven't already, I've got to do the spiel. Leave a like on the video if you can. It does help boost things, and it helps with the dance with the algorithm. So it's all appreciated. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, we do have a Discord. Check it out if you want to. You can potentially get some groups going there. If not, you can find more streams over on Twitch. Yeah. And of course, you know where the YouTube is because you're here right now. But anyway, guys, I'm going to peace out. So I thank you all again once more. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. And until next time, I will see you again soon. Smash that like button. Smash it. I missed. Oh, hang on. Wait, what's that? Oh, that's the follow. Oh, that's the Twitch alerts coming up on YouTube. Oops. Whoops. Oh well. Anyway, guys, thanks once again, and I will see you again soon. Unfortunately, I don't have an intro for this, outro for this because it's YouTube, and they get a little bit funny about copyright and stuff, and I don't have any way of kind of muting it post-production. So I will say goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for the chat as well. I hope this has been informative, and I'll see you again next time. So bye, 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 bye.